Hi, we're at another quilter's house, and you may have a clue, some of you may have a clue whose place it is just by this quilt. All hand done. It is absolutely stunning. The cushion. We can all line up to have one of those made. Okay. We'll go outside. And Margaret's just round the corner. Hello, Margaret.
Hi there, Chris.
And we're going to have a quick look. I've got to show you this Celtic cross that she did. Can you see it there? Yes, of course you can. Right, now we'll go and have a look at some of the quilts. Lead the way.
Start here.
Got some lovely things.
My granddaughter calls her room, Molly's room.
This is Molly's room, the granddaughter's room, and a lovely quilt there on the bed.
Made from strippy scraps, and colour washed.
Beautifully done and quilted. And of course, first I'll show you this, that it is definitely Molly's room. Look at the bears. Now we'll go back to the other wall. Sorry if that's too fast. I know this was a
2QAQ
challenge.
That one's called a Brisbane Summer. Poinciana tree.
And look, they're all little Suffolk puffs. I'm glad I didn't make them.
Sitting in airports or on planes.
Yeah, that's what you do. And this one was
a colour challenge.
Oh, that was the colour challenge. That's right.
2QAQ.
Yeah. I guess that's for the granddaughter too.
And this was years ago, a 2QAQ challenge for that echidna. He was made out of the challenge fabric, which was really autumn leaves.
All over him, stuck to his spikes.
Yes.
Right.
And he's an anteater, of course, so he's eating ants.
Oh, they're the ants.
Yes.
Hang on a tick.
He's still got one here on his tongue. It's a messy eater.
Right. And Margaret's got a few quilts here. Sorry about that finger coming across the camera. And we'll have a look at these quilts. Okay.
So, as you know, I love working in black, white and red. And that one was a row by row challenge. But instead of doing row by row, one under the other, I mixed them up a bit.
Right. I remember that.
This one was the Queensland Quilters Challenge.
And this is a Celtic knot.
Yes.
Celtic knot? How do you pronounce it, Mark? Celtic knot.
Yes. And
you designed that, didn't you, that knot?
It's, adapted from an original.
Right.
A very, very old original. It's actually based in Ireland, this one. This one comes from an Irish quilt. And I got highly commended for that.
So you got a ribbon?
Yes.
It's always nice to have ribbons.
This is another challenge.
Oh, you like having them where they just sort of
I love challenges because the only challenge is from me. And I love it. I call that Tea for Tree.
Look at that. What was that one? Remind me, because I remember.
Yes, we were given, written it on the back here, pardon me doing this. It was a row by row project for the Queensland Quilters Night
Group.
Yes. And instead of doing row by row, I did bit by bit, which was quite valid at the time, I believe.
I think we can do anything we like. There are no rules.
That's the beauty.
That was the 30-year one.
That was the 30-year. That got me $500.
Well, there you go.
I had spending money when I went to see my son in America. That one was done with tea bags. And I called it entwining. Very
Oh,
original.
very twinings. Twining. Were they all twinings?
I thought of that all by myself. This one's made from jeans. Or the leftovers. I made a couple of quilts used from the jeans, and these are the leftover pockets and whatever.
Interesting
And
little
I called
houses.
that one Retirement Village in Jeansville.
Jeansville. Look at it. Thank you. That's lovely.
Just for a change, did this during COVID. You know, the scraps of fabric upon which you have Visaflex left over.
Was that challenge fabric? Yes, it is challenge fabric.
Some of it is, and some's just scraps.
So they're cushion covers?
And they're cushion covers, yes.
So that's one.
And that's one just cutting out those shapes.
Look at that.
This one, I merely cut out squares from the plainer coloured fabrics.
Right.
Ironed them on and then stitched. The other one's heavily quilted.
Yeah, I like both of
with
them.
random quilting, and this one, of course, is straight.
Right. So that, and the next one?
Oh, many years ago I did this one. But I only
This
put
is
the border
trip
on.
down memory lane, this one.
I only put a border on that recently because I'm trying to finish UFOs.
Oh, yes, we'd all love to be able to finish that. Right. And this one's recent.
This one is a recent one. Which way's up? That one. A fellow quilter and I were having a bit of a play with some toilet bleach on black fabric.
There you go. See what you can do with toilet bleach. It's not only for the loo.
And the background I sprayed some bleach on. Actually, I didn't want that effect. I wanted something different, but I left it on too long. But
So you put the leaves down and then sprayed around it?
No. The leaves were, that's a separate piece of fabric.
Oh, right. Oh, they're appliqued on.
And then I
thought you got really clever.
I cut it. I'm not that clever. I cut around them and then raw edged them.
Right.
And then in between, I hand quilted some leaves.
We'll get to see if we can get.
I've called this one Perfectly Imperfect because I really didn't know what I was doing.
I think it's
It
lovely.
just happened.
I love it.
That's the beauty of quilting.
Isn't it?
These are all small.
They're all the
quilts.
small ones, and then she does happen to have some larger ones.
I seem to be stuck on challenges here. These are all challenge. This one.
Pardon me.
This one's interesting.
Pardon me, everyone.
I was visiting my son in America, went to a quilt shop, and I wanted to buy an antique quilt. And they were either too expensive or I didn't like them. And so I bought a series of blocks, which I stitched onto this fabric and then hand quilted. And the day after I purchased this, it was the
I am so sorry, everyone.
it was the devastation of 9/11 in America.
All right. So you were there?
Yes, and anyway, 2 years later, I went back to see my son again, and went to a quilt shop in Ketchikan in Alaska, and found this fabric. I purchased the last on the roll.
Ah, this commemorates 9/11, doesn't it?
Commemorates 9/11, and there's a flag and a flower from every country. People were
influenced. Killed.
Yes.
And there's the policeman's hat,
helmet
and I see a fireman's
hat. Yes.
Oh, wow.
So I purchased the last 1.6 metres, I recall.
And I can see the flag is not just stars and stripes, it's actually sort of like flowers they've got printed on.
Flowers and flags from every country.
It's amazing.
Anyone who was,
yeah,
involved. Yeah, so all the quilting people I knew at that time received some of that. My son is in Texas, so they gave me some Texas fabrics, and it's my memories of Texas. Lots of peppers.
The chilies, all the chilies. And they're beautiful. Oh, look at the red on the back, isn't that brilliant?
Well, I like to make my quilts reversible, 2 for the price, you see.
Yes.
And As you know, I like working in black and white.
I had noticed a bit of a theme there.
And this is a very simple black and white quilt, which I changed.
Okay.
It really is.
Get closer so you can see the quilting.
And then I had it, Barbara Cowan quilted it for me. And then I thought it looked pretty bland, black and white. So I went over all her professional quilting with DMC8 in red.
You can see it there.
Yeah.
All going.
And I think that brought
That
the whole
brings it
quilt
up
to life, yes. And the contrast between the curve of the circles and the triangles.
Yes.
And then the linear effect of the inner binding joined it together.
That's stunning.
I guess there's some artistic term for that.
Probably is, and neither you or I know it.
No. And we don't need to.
No, that's not important.
This one's the last
This
one
is the
I've
latest
done.
one you've done, isn't it? One of the latest ones.
And I'm aiming to use up all my fabric scraps, and
She had white fabric scraps. Look at this.
the scraps, I just like to show this because this is scraps of cream and white, all creams and all whites. And I designed it with square in a square and rectangle in a rectangle, and twist and turned. So then I featured the cream is always in the centre.
Yeah.
And then quilted that.
That's stunning. There you are. If you've got lots of whites and creams, you can do something like that.
And I've still got some left.
Of course, of course.
You never run out, do you?
No, you don't. Now, what I might do, with your permission, is just take a wander down and take a little quick sneak at your sewing room, because
my whole house is my sewing room.
yes, she's lucky she lives by herself. Well, not really, but she lives there. Molly's work, see, artistic stuff runs in the family. Down the hallway. The only reason you're getting a view of this is because I don't know how to edit, so I can't stop and go again. And there's Margaret sewing.
Work in progress.
Different things.
And quilts over here.
Oh, and she hasn't got any ribbons, has she? No, of course she hasn't. There we are.
That's my rusted one.
Oh, this rusted one was lovely. Well, we might finish there on Margaret's machine. And Margaret, thank you very much for allowing me to come into your home.
Thank you.
And showing us your quilts. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time, Chris.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.